You have to
Okay.
keep this in there.
Yeah, we have to.
Scène
That
in,
might be the
take
beginning.
in,
Ja.
actie! Stilte in de set. Maar over wat gaat jullie documentaire eigenlijk?
Over hoe dat ze in eco-villages leven. Ja.
In this place, if you just observe, you can learn maybe that we have a rhythm inside of us, and it's the same of the ring of the nature, of the bird, of the trees, of the wind, because they are life and we are part of the life also. We are not outside. It's not the tree or us. It's the tree, us, and the life, and we are inside. So. Sometimes it's also you appreciate that this is strong. Also the noise. I don't know. You can be, for example, in your tent and hear a lot of rain in your tent and the pines and the wind and the birds. So it's not silence. It's also, I think that because when you are, for example, in your house, maybe at night, maybe you don't hear noise, but here is noise all the time. You go to sleep and you're going to continue hearing things. It's never end, you know. And the animals that go to sleep, other wake up at night, and so you are always hearing something. So yeah, and it's beautiful, yeah. I don't know. The nature have a pattern, you know, and it's harmonious, you know. The trees, the wind, you know, and in the city. It's the human, and the human sometimes we do some things, you know, and some noises that maybe can appear that are not, you know, harmonious.
Yeah, we're kind of, I'm not
paparazzi, spione, weg.
Hier gaan we documentaire. So this is a very musical people. Very musical people. You see.
Wise words from a wise woman. Possible. I really love this garden because I have a lovely tree, lovely open side actually here. Because like if you just go in the forest, it's like it's forest. Then you go here like boom, you instantly feel like an Alice in Wonderland, you know, like. Yeah, first with some other community members. Actually, they just barged in and they cracked it open themselves and just renovated themselves. Then they found out who the owners were of this little house, and they bought it and they bought the place as a society actually, as an organization. It's called the Grote Eik. So here's the community house. Here's actually all benches where we can sit comfy on our bantu. Every member of the community who lives here actually has to pay 50 cents a day. So and with that money we buy the gas, the food for the chickens, and just the general actually. The thing about this community is actually to just give people rest and finding their peace in themselves. That's actually the goal of this place. You bastards! Filming me, aren't you? Yeah.
I'm a volunteer also. I come from Workaway. You can find places like this all over the world, and you volunteer in exchange for a food accommodation, and you learn and you live and you breathe the lifestyle of other people. So I never built anything in my life, so I came here, it gave me the space to just play. I felt like a little bit Peter Pan. Yeah, you do what you want, you put bottles here, and so we play with the mud. Also my girlfriend, she's here, and she just mud everything here because the concrete doesn't look nice. And it gave us an idea to make like a wall with the bottles. And we can use the mud and a little bit of sand also to stick it in. And in the past I already tried, everything fell off, so we're trying again. I just built my first door, it took me 2 days, but I did it.
Or I can make something to sell food or something, you know.
Yeah,
that's
like
the idea. Or a stage. I want to make it like extremely adaptable,
Okay.
and I can make whatever with it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the idea.
Yeah, all in the imagination for the moment. Yeah.
I still have here on the ground, I have a source of water. So the thing is, you have to pump it in, and we have water. The water comes here in the bucket actually. So we can use it and recycle it for other things. Look, you saw the frogs? You saw the frogs? You saw the frogs? Look how cute, that's like flop! All at once, you know?
Yeah, it's also a bit of the connection, I think, like here, like one of the great things for me was always hear the owls. Like at nighttime, the sound of the owls was like such an amazing thing for me to discover. And yeah, you get some kind of a bond with the nature like that as well, because yeah, every night you're hearing, oh, they're a bit quiet tonight. Maybe they're having a party somewhere in another forest with all the owls together, or yeah, you share really the place where you live with the nature. And it's not just with the owl, but also like we saw some water birds arriving this year on the lake, and you're wondering like, are they going to stay with us? And they're like new members of the community, but they choose to be here, and we don't have a word in it. Like they've chosen us, we don't choose them, as we tend to do maybe more when there's new people coming here. Then we're making up our mind like, is it working or not? But like no, the animals, they just come and they have all the right to be here because we are at their home. Yeah, here I feel really to be the guest in the nature. Yeah.
Spirituality.
But also, I don't feel like you have to give a
No,
good
like
answer.
spirituality. It's a difficult question, I think, also for myself, because I ask myself this question sometimes. So when is a person spiritually awakened? Well, I don't have the right answer, but for me, the answer is when you look at yourself and you try to grow. You try to grow as a person, and you're open to connections with people, with a higher self, with nature, and yeah, you have an idea that there's something bigger than just yourself.
It's for smudging. It's to clear the bad energy, and the shaman people use it. It's like whoosh whoosh with Amsali or other Palo Santo. So yeah, it's a present.
We come into this space and we make a circle, and it's a sacred space, and then the magic happens. And everyone is just so authentic and connected to their heart and to their body, and the tears can flow, and we can laugh, and everything can be all together. And then we hug one person or the other, or we listen to someone's story, and
we recognize it's all of us.
It's all one story. It's all each other's story.
We all have the same story.
And we come to this feminine sensuality that we just express our love in all kinds of ways. And Sister Rika invited us for this ceremony to share in this sacred circle. So we just come all around her and say how much we love you.
Connect again.
Yeah. It's so nourishing, it's so important, it's part of life. For centuries and centuries people did this and we lost it. But it's waking up for many years now, and we can just come together and make a sacred space and feed from this energy. And for sisters to be together, it's sacred.
I believe in God. I believe in Mother Nature, that we all came from.
We have such a negative. If I had to say, if you would say God, Jesus, I would be like, no. But now, because I met Johan and some more people that are Catholic and genuinely believe in God, God is a lot more than the picture that we have from it. It's not this man in the sky, but it's God is the same as Allah, it's the same as Buddha, it's the same as the one, it's the same as the universe, the creator, it's all the same. It's just, or for me, that's how I perceive it.
Yeah, for me, I relate to what he says, like it's all the same. It's all wine in different bottles.
Yeah.
The essence is the same. It's just, yeah, how you look at it.
Yeah.
God is a black woman. Alan Watts said that.
Ah, you like Alan Watts?
It's just to take you out of your mind of, okay, God is a black woman.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's that? Okay, I don't know, I don't understand.
I know my perception, what my vision, no.
My opinion is like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm with one leg I'm in outside of the system and one leg I'm in the system.
Also made this tattoo, made this emblem myself. So you got like a little triangle and you got the big triangle here. The big triangle is society. The little triangle, that should be me. And the thing is, I do not follow society, but I walk through it.
It's not the middle of nowhere, and it's not the end of the world, of course, but I do miss a bit the connection with a bit of a bigger network and a bigger the city life, actually.
I feel like here is my tribe also. I feel really welcome here and really loved here, but I need to go out sometime because I think I could live here, but for me it's something that...
Yeah. This is again this having one foot in society, because I feel as well if I'm here for too long I would want to go out and experience the real world, you know.
Not just enough for me, at least, not to just live in a different way and to be in our own little bubble in the forest, because I think in the end that we're also always influenced, like even here we talk a lot about living in a ecological way, but we still depend a lot also like on the society, and we're like obliged to make wrong choices in terms of packaging, energy and stuff like that. We value a lot that there's like pioneers like here in this community and in other communities that are putting more focus on like creating the alternative, just as well as I appreciate it and I value it that some people are much more focusing on the resistance and like what some people call like professional activists. I think it's also needed that some people are really like focused on that and some people have more of a mix of the two.
And this would be the wall.
The wall, yeah. Maybe I can, because now it's not set up. Then it's like, this is the floor, which holds kind of the structure. And this, like, is also, you can take it out.
Yeah.
So, sorry, this. It's kind of like Lego.
Yeah.
Some questions about being here in the nature. I don't think it's problematic here because it's very small size, but I also do realize that like a bigger community that I see as a goal where I want to go to in life, that is not really a good idea to do that like in the middle of a forest like here. Because I've heard people like that come and visit here from time to time. I've heard them saying like, "Oh yeah, this is so great living in the forest, and everybody should do that." But I do realize very well that if we live in the forest, that the forest has less space for being a forest. The question of the problem is also not so much about the humanity. I don't think it's a problem of the humanity that we could not be able to live in harmony with or in symbiosis with the nature. For me, it's really clearly a capitalistic problem. The humans take so much space and so much resources that, yeah, no, we're not really like a good example of a symbiotic relationship, because if I just speak about humanity or about like the civilization here in the first world, like we're only taking from the nature, we're not giving something back, because that's what the definition of a symbiosis is. Like there's for both sides a benefit to it. That's a very big challenge for future society, but I do believe that's possible. I don't believe that the mankind is not capable of having a healthy relationship with the nature, not so exploitive as we have now.